The clock is ticking, and Election Day is right around the corner. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump are leaving it all on the field as they rally supporters in the final days before this highly anticipated election. Campaigning in the battleground state of Wisconsin, Democratic nominee Kamala Harris urged her supporters to get out and vote. Her message was clear: there's no time to sit on the sidelines.
We're going to get this done, but nobody can sit by the sidelines. You don't want to look back on these 4 days and have any regrets about what you could have done.
Harris and Trump held dueling rallies on Friday night in Milwaukee, Wisconsin's largest city, each candidate driving home their final push in this toss-up state. Meanwhile, Trump was in another key Great Lakes state, Michigan. He reminded supporters of what's at stake, emphasizing the importance of every single vote.
Just pretend that we're 1 point down. We're not. We're up. But pretend that we're 1 point down on Tuesday.
Though he claims to be ahead, recent polls suggest that this race is still anyone's game. As campaign veteran David Kokel explains, the strategy now is all about turnout, not persuasion. The closing arguments have been made. Now it's time to make sure every supporter shows up to vote.
At this point, people's minds are made up. There are very few people out there to convince. It's about getting people to the polls.
The candidates are crisscrossing the country, focusing on the states that will decide the outcome. Harris is heading to Georgia, North Carolina, and Michigan this weekend, while Trump is making stops in Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. These states, with their razor-thin margins, could be the deciding factor. For both campaigns, every single stop matters. On Monday, Trump will wrap up his campaign in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the same city where he concluded his campaigns in 2016 and 2020. Harris, on the other hand, will spend Election Eve traveling across Pennsylvania, one of the biggest prizes in this election. While the candidates rally on stage, campaign staff and volunteers are hard at work. From phone calls to door knocks, they're focused on reaching every voter they can, ensuring ballots are returned and everyone is ready to vote on Election Day.
It's about getting people to the polls, getting absentee ballots returned, getting whatever remaining early vote there is left in the door, and just leave nothing on the field.
Both candidates are pushing hard to the finish line, and it could make all the difference. So whether you're voting early, mailing in a ballot, or heading to the polls on Election Day, this election season is all about turnout. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more updates as we count down to Election Day. Leave us a comment below on who you think will take home the victory.